What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh. We are here for the 5 takeaways of the game that we just saw between FC Cologne and Borussia Dortmund. This is going to be a relatively quick 5 takeaways. We have some places to be, so if you guys want to put your 5 takeaways in the comments, and I like one of them, I may include it in one of the comments, but we're going to get this going, get this rolling, and yeah, we had a very disappointing 2-2 draw. Came out very early, got a beautiful goal from Holland, absolutely perfect start. Completely fell apart. 2 mental mistakes led to 2 goals, and then we somehow got one late, which I thought we honestly were going to lose that game. So picking up a point, it's okay, I guess, but all in all, this felt like a huge L, especially with the fact that Frankfurt took a 5-2 victory home against Union Berlin, and we slipped even further away from a Champions League spot. So let's get right into it. 5 takeaways. Right off the bat, you can put your takeaways in. We'll get going, but we're going to be a quick episode, guys. The first takeaway is Meunier, and we talked about it, and I've tried to do my best to be very positive about him, but his performance today was awful. It really was, and he cost us the game, to be completely honest. He did. I mean, having that kind of movement going forward and doing nothing with it, his crosses were very poor. He was bad at backtracking, and then he gave up the mistake to put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, there is no excuses about something like that. He had a very poor game, and it shows that Marai is our main man. It shows that Marai can bring some important things to this team. He's sturdy at the back. He's fun going forward. He's a much better passer and deliverer of the ball than Meunier is. And honestly, man, like, it was an L. And I'm sorry, Meunier. I mean, I've been a little bit complimentary of you because I thought you've had some okay defensive performances. But today, nothing going forward, nothing going back. Huge negative effect for a right back. And we got to desperately hope that Marai can get back as soon as he can, which leads me into my second takeaway. And my second takeaway is that too many players in these kind of games don't show up. We dominated the Cologne for the opening 15 minutes. We scored a goal 3 minutes in the game from a man who can't stop scoring in Erling Haaland. And to be completely honest, man, it was ridiculous that this game turned the way it did, and we ended up at one point losing 2-1 from 2 huge mental mistakes. Bellingham, I mean, he's young, and he'll learn from the bit of a mistake he did. It wasn't an easy way to take down the ball. Over time, he'll realize how to do it properly. It happened quickly. I don't want to put a ton of blame on him, but he didn't have an overly good game. Brandt was completely gone. Reina, again, it's why I say sometimes the Christmas tree, you might as well just go with it, because get more bodies in the middle of the park and quit having that right midfielder, because not a single game all season long we've seen anyone on that position do well, and Brandt and Reina were very poor again today. And it's just when too many players don't show up on games like this, we were lucky to get away, in my opinion, with a draw, which to me was still a huge loss, man, an absolutely huge loss. And there's a nice stat there. Brandt had 38 touches on the ball and lost the ball 14 times, man. Like, that sucks, man. That sucks. And yeah, I mean, it sucks. And the third takeaway I'm gonna talk about today, I'm going to go to a little bit of the lighter side, and that is Ansgar Knopf. I mean, I like what Terzic did, and he had a very proactive substitutions. He brought Mukuku on very early. He brought, basically after the goal, he brought Renier on, and then he gave Knopf a chance, man. He gave Ansgar a chance, and he walked through the Cologne defender, put in a beautiful ball in the back of the net, and Holland does what Holland does, and I loved it, man. Absolutely loved it. So, huge shout out to Terzic for being a proactive manager, because that's what I like to see. But all in all, man, I feel like this is down on the players. You can't be able to get it right. You can't disappear like this. But it was nice to see a young kid coming through the ranks and being an excellent part of this game to be able to get us a point, which leads into my fourth takeaway. And this is a bit of a controversial one between Holland, and I don't know exactly what to see. But, I mean, the man scored 2 goals today. Absolutely loved it. He is a goal scorer. It's what he does. But I didn't like what he did at the end of the game, and I'll leave that to your guys' opinions. I mean, it's not the biggest deal, so I don't think I'm taking it out of context. What I'm saying is just, I've seen it happen a few times in the past where a player is excited, man, and the Cologne player who wanted Holland's jersey probably at some point said, hey, man, like, after the games, can we swap jerseys? It's a tough task, because you want to approach this player because you respect the player, you want his kit, and then you usually swap jerseys. It shows him some mutual respect. I've seen it happen in the past where players basically just toss their jersey to him and don't accept the other player. It's disrespectful, man, and I didn't like this scene. It wasn't a good look. Holland was pissed, rightfully so. He had terrible distribution all game, yet the man still scored 2 goals. But he basically came off, ripped off his jersey as quickly as he could, threw it at the Cologne player, and then went down the tunnel. And the Cologne player was sitting there almost embarrassed, being like, okay, well, you don't want my... I don't know. It wasn't a good look for Holland, but the kid's young. He's angry. We've seen him in interviews. I can see him pulling off something like that. I hope he doesn't do it again because it's not a good look for anyone. And I've seen some big players do it in the past, and I don't know. That's just my touch. Other than that, Holland scored 2 goals, and with poor service pretty much for the majority of the game, we got to keep this kid, man. He's absolutely sensational. He's the only reason we have a shot at going for top 4 right now, the way that he's playing. And my 5th and final takeaway is a bit of a combo between where we are in the table as well as some of the injuries that we have. We were missing Guerrero, which, I mean, Schultz, in my opinion, had a relatively poor game. Even though he broke a record, I guess, for 35 kilometers an hour or something like that. I miss Guerrero on that pitch, man. I miss Sancho. That left-hand side, we saw how dynamic it was when we had Guerrero and Sancho working together and going forward. The ball was a lot this game on the right-hand side. And like I said, the weakest positions in our squad, when Meunier's on the pitch, it's him at right back as well as who's ever playing that right midfielder position, which was Gio/Brandt. Did nothing today, man. Absolutely nothing. It was a bit of a miscommunication. I know the fact that we like to go with the 4-2-3-1 when we have possession. But what's the point if you're not going to get any distribution from that right-hand side? Stick with our Christmas tree formation. Why not? It was frustrating, man, which leads into the fact that we only have a few games left in the season, man. I mean, it's easy to make this up. There are enough games to be able to make it up. But the way that Frankfurt's playing, the way that Wolfsburg's playing, the way that we go into this Cologne game when they didn't even have a striker playing, and we performed the way that we did is unacceptable. And like I said, to be honest, I'm surprised we walked over there with a point. And now we have a few games that we're going to have to use to try to make this game up. It sucked. It's sad. But those are my 5 takeaways, guys. It is a bitter result. It really was. It was an excellent start, followed by a lot of disappointment, a lot of players all at the same time having poor games, and then Holland having to save us once again. So those are my 5 takeaways, guys. Thank you guys so much for everyone who came along for the watch along. It was fantastic. We've hit our 2K subscriber little goal, and we keep rising. You guys are absolutely killing it. So much love to everyone. Sorry we couldn't break down the game a whole lot today, but it's because we have places to be. However, tomorrow on Twitch, we will be interviewing Champions League winner Paul Lambert on Borussia Dortmund's Twitch, and we'll be talking a little bit about the Cologne game more in depth. So if you guys want to join us there on Twitch, see our interview with Paul Lambert, and talk to me a little bit more about this game, feel free to join us there. The interview will be cut down and put on YouTube for you guys' liking as well if you aren't able to make it to Dortmund's Twitch. And yeah, another big shout out to everyone, though, who was through us for the watch along, was through us for my 5 takeaways. A bitter, disappointing result, and we slept even further away from a top 4 spot. But we got an international break coming up. We'll be covering some fun games and doing some other stuff, so it'll be interesting, man. But we got to stay positive. We got to pray the fact that we'll be able to get in top 4 to keep the boys going and give Marco Rosa a beautiful chance next season to develop a good team. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for this. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow for the interview with Paul Lambert. And until next time, be sure to comment, like, hit that button, get as many likes on this as you can. You know, YouTube, the algorithm, and whatnot. Subscribe, and we will see you next time.